Hey folks, I'm Isaac. I'm the product coordinator here at Ripstop by the Roll. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make our DIY stuff sack kit. For this project, you are going to need scissors, a lighter, a marking device, a ruler, and a safety pin. Now, some optional things that would be really nice to have are going to be some clips, thread snips, and a bodkin. This kit is going to include 3 sizes of stuff sacks, a small, a medium, and a large. And then there's going to be 1 extra medium-sized stuff sack blank for you to practice with. In addition to those, you're going to see 4 cord locks and 1 90-inch piece of 1.5mm drawcord. Now, one thing that's key here is to make sure that you don't throw away this QR code. This is going to be your key to finding this instructional video for your other stuff sacks. Some machines come with a left, right, and center needle position, and you want to make sure that your needle is in the middle. Next is going to be your stitch length. Most machines have a dial that has a 0 to 4, maybe even 5 or 6, and you want to make sure that stitch length is around the 3 mark. Now, the next thing you want to do is make sure that your machine is set to a straight stitch. There's going to be some kind of dial or wheel or button pad that may have 30 different stitch types, but for this, you're just going to need a straight stitch. Okay, we're on to the making now. You're going to want to choose whichever stuff sack you want to start with. For the sake of the video, we're going to start with the large, but all the same steps apply to all the other stuff sacks. Now, you're going to want to cut out your stuff sack on the inside of the black line. And to mitigate the amount of fraying, you're going to want to slide your scissors rather than chomp. Okay, so we're going to start with a small cut, and then just hold tension on that fabric and glide your scissors. Just fold up your excess and make sure you keep it so you have the QR code to find this video in the future. After cutting out your fabric, the first step is going to be to fold the faces together. Now, one thing to note is that the face or right side of the fabric is the printed fabric, and the wrong side or back side is the one that's washed out. This applies to almost all fabrics. Now, your fabric blank is going to have 2 dimensions, 19.5 by 16. We're going to fold this fabric face to face along the 19.5-inch side. You're going to take this fabric blank and just fold those 2 right sides together so that you have a rectangle. The next step after folding your fabric face to face is to make 2 markings. The first is going to be at 1/4 inch and the next will be at 1/2 inch. Once you've made those markings, you're going to fold your fabric on those 2 marks, and this will create your rolled hem. You can use pins here or clips, whichever you prefer. Now that we have our rolled hem clipped or pinned or ready to go, we're going to line it up on our presser foot, and you want to put your row of stitching as close to the left side as possible. Now, you know that you've done this correctly when you finish stitching and you don't have any raw edge showing. Mark the corner opposite of the side that you just stitched, and this is going to be your center point. Once you have that marked, you can open up your fabric and match up that center point with the seam on the other side. Now this is the orientation of the fabric blank that you're going to use in order to put your bottom rolled hem. You want the first stitch that you did to be perpendicular to this bottom side. Once you've done that, you're going to mark out your 1/4 inch mark and 1/2 inch mark to do the rolled hem on the bottom. Once again, you're going to mark your fabric, but this time you're going to mark at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Be sure to mark on both sides of your fabric blank so that your rolled hem stays consistent. We are going to flip our stuff sack blank right side out. And you're going to fold your drawstring channel on the 2 marks that you just made. It's really important to get your fold and your clips very consistent all the way around here, because your drawstring channel is going to see the most use on this bag. Don't close this drawstring channel. You want to make sure that you leave about a 1/2 inch gap in your stitch so that you can insert your drawstring. This stitch may be one of the harder parts of this project. Because you're sewing in a circle, it could be difficult to keep your stitch consistent and everything in place. Here are a few tips. First, follow your marks and keep your clips in place for as long as possible. Next, keep the fabric flat on the bed of the machine as you feed it into the presser foot so that you can see what's coming up. We're going to want about 21 inches of drawcord for the stuff sack. We got that number by taking our drawcord and laying it out on the width of the stuff sack, and then doubling it over and adding a few inches. This technique will work for all of the other stuff sacks in your kit. There's 2 ways to insert your drawcord. The first is a bodkin, and probably the easiest, but in this video I'm going to show you how to use a safety pin. To use your safety pin, you're going to just insert it into the end of the cordage. One thing to note here is that you melt the edge so that you have a hard end to anchor that safety pin to. Once you've done that, you're just going to insert it through the drawstring channel until you can hold both ends of that cord in the same hand. Once you've installed that cord lock onto both sides of the cord, just snug it up to the drawstring channel and then tie some kind of stopper knot to make sure that it doesn't fly off the end. Finally, you're just going to trim off that excess cord. You're going to burn the ends, and you're done. Congratulations on making your very own stuff sack. Keep in mind that these same steps apply to all the other sizes included in the stuff sack kit. So when you need a refresher, just hit the QR code and come back to this video. So what's next? Well, tag us in pictures of you making the kit or of the stuff sack in use. And remember that you're not alone. If you need help, just reach out to us and somebody from the team will get back to you. I hope you enjoyed making this kit with me, and thanks for watching.